Recalled cucumbers in Salmonella Outbreak Sickened 449 people in 31 states, CDC reports. A Salmonella outbreak linked to recalled cucumbers sickened people from 31 states and Washington, D.C. Of those, 125 people were hospitalized with symptoms including diarrhea, vomiting, and fever. A Salmonella outbreak linked to recalled cucumbers has reached 31 states and Washington, D.C., sickening at least 449 people, according to new information provided by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. At the beginning of June, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration announced a recall of cucumbers potentially contaminated with salmonella. The cucumbers were shipped to wholesalers and distributed in 14 states between May 17 through May 21. The CDC discovered that cucumbers contaminated with one of two outbreak strains infected 449 people and hospitalized 125, the CDC announced on Wednesday. The likely source of some illnesses in that outbreak can be traced back to two Florida growers, Bedner Growers Incorporated of Boynton Beach and Thomas Produce Company of Boca, Raton, the CDC said. Cucumbers from those companies are no longer being grown or harvested for the season. Cucumber recall, 2 salmonella outbreaks and a cucumber recall. What you need to know. States where people have gotten sick from salmonella linked to cucumbers. Here's where the 449 people who got sick from the salmonella outbreak live. Salmonella outbreak linked to cucumbers. Number of sick people. The CDC says the true number of sick people is likely higher than the number reported. The recall was initiated June 1 after the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture informed Fresh Start Produce Sales Incorporated of Delray, Florida that a product sample tested positive for salmonella. The FDA is currently testing affected produce to see if there are any connections to ongoing outbreaks. They recommend checking with your local retailer to find out if they sell cucumbers from this provider. Symptoms of and treatment for salmonella disease. Salmonella is a bacteria that can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections in young children, frail or elderly people, and others with weakened immune systems. According to the FDA, the signs of salmonella poisoning include bloody diarrhea or diarrhea that lasts more than 3 days without improving, diarrhea and fever over 102 degrees Fahrenheit, excessive vomiting, especially if it prevents you from keeping liquids down, signs of dehydration, including dry mouth and throat, infrequent peeing, and feeling dizzy when standing up, stomach cramps. These symptoms most commonly occur between 6 hours and 6 days after exposure. Though most people recover in 4 to 7 days, those with weakened immune systems, including children younger than 5 and adults over 65, may experience more severe symptoms that require medical treatment or hospitalization.